You probably see sports betting gurus online all over the place on TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, you name it, talking about how they are actually making true big numbers, big money, sports betting and sports gambling, but they claim that they take picks based on statistics and based on a lot of other different factors to bring you guys the best picks that they claim that if you use their code and you subscribe to their Discord or whatever where they launch their picks, you can actually make money. So I wanted to dive into this topic today to see if this can actually be a side hustle income, a legitimate one for anyone, even a beginner, because that's what they claim. That's the claims you see online. So on this video, we're gonna be taking on that challenge, but with basketball, NBA, because I like basketball and I got a sports bet somewhere, might as well be basketball. I'm heading back to behind the desk like we always are. Let's go over the rules and a real quick info for anyone that doesn't know exactly how sports betting works. Here we go. All right, so I'm gonna try to make it as simple as possible that I can explain this, but basically we're going to be doing parlays, which is one of the most famous, most popular ways of sports betting. And the way it works, imagine this in NBA terms. Let's go. You got Curry on one hand and you got Jason Tatum. Curry plays for the Warriors, Jason Tatum plays for the Celtics. Now, in order to run a two-man parlay, as what they call, we're going to bet on these two, and we're going to bet that they each perform a certain task. Let's say we bet that Curry will be hitting at least one three-pointer that night, and we're betting that Jason Tatum will get at least 10 rebounds that night. And let's say they both hit. Well, you just won. The app, software, or company that you're betting through gives you. Okay, let's say one of them doesn't hit. You just lost your whole bet. So if you bet $10 and you get a 3 times multiplier for betting on these two, well, now you're gonna win $30, $20 profit. That's a very, very simple way of how a parlay works. So we're gonna use that going forward, and we're gonna be betting on NBA using two-man parlays, because once you get into 3-man, 4-man, 5-man, 6-man parlays, it becomes very unlikely for all the things to happen in one game. And remember that we're trying to see if this is actually a side hustle income, if it could be legitimate. So we're not going to get into very, very risky options. We're going to take the least risky one, which is just two-man parlays, and we're going to test it in 3 different scenarios. All right, so here comes that. While we drive home, I'm going to tell you guys how I'm going to split up these bets to make it fair and to make it the most reasonable, because I've seen a lot of people cover this, but I've never seen people go really, really in depth on actually seeing if it can be a legitimate income, trying to test it completely thoroughly, not just like doing 3 bets and calling it quits. I wanted to look very deeply into this to see if it can actually work. So on the drive home, let's explain it. Just kidding, guys. I did not end up driving home and recording because I didn't think it was safe. And on this channel, we promote safe driving habits and law-abiding citizens and all that good stuff. Okay, so, well, whatever. We're going to be doing this challenge on Underdog Fantasy. And I'm not sponsored by them, by the way. I wish I was, but I'm not. I'm just using them because I've used them in the past. And in that same way, I'm going to leave my referral link to it if you want to check it out, right? But if you're going to get on there just to gamble and all that, don't do it. Don't even look at that link. But if you're going to check it out or anything, if you use my link, we get a deposit match or something like that. If you don't want to use it though, don't use it. And regardless, the way we're going to do this challenge is I'm going to be making 5 bets each day. No, I'm not going to make 5 bets each day. I meant to say I'm going to be making 3 bets each day. And I'm making it 1 day a week for just 1 week. So 5 days total, 3 bets a day, 15 bets total. The way I'm going to divide that up though, so we can get a good analysis on like how everything's going to work, is that on the first bet of the day, I'm going to be making it just random, a coin flip. Just I choose 2 players and I flip a coin to see like, okay, it's going to be over or under a random stat. It's going to be completely random, and that's going to be my control group each day. That'll be my first bet each day. Today's Monday, November 4th. I'll start the challenge today. And my second bet each day is going to be my focused group, where I will be able to make personal bets where I look at stats of players and I decide, you know what, this is very likely to happen. I'm going to research it my own way and make 1 bet each day for the next 5 days, just on my personal preference. And we'll see where I'm at as the average viewer of the NBA that enjoys basketball. And my final group is going to be my second focused group, where I'm going to follow these random social media online influencers on TikTok or on YouTube or on Facebook Reels, Instagram Reels or whatever. And we're going to see if they are better than a coin flip, if they're better than me. I'm not just going to follow one guy though, because I feel like that would be very unfair. I would really just be matching him, that one person, instead of getting just a general idea of online influencers. So I see that there could be a disparity on my results because I should be following maybe 5 different ones and see an average, but I don't got that kind of money to be betting. I'm just going to do random ones. And I think this is going to be enough so we can get a good idea if it could be a side hustle income. So without further ado, we're going to go back behind the desk and get this started. It's Monday, day 1. So here go my 3 bets for the day. So to get us started with this challenge, I sadly sent away my $145 to the Sleeper app. bringing our total starting budget of this challenge to $150. For the first random picks, you know I had to flip a coin, so of course I needed to go with the king, LeBron James himself, and the pro at OKC. These picks had about the same probabilities of happening either way, up or down, so I just chose them and went with them. And by the way, I ended up using the sleeper app because I had $5 credit for a welcome back thingamabob or whatever, but that's why I deposited $145. Regardless, for our second set of picks, I saw that Curry was playing today, so you know I had to go with him because he is the other GOAT. I got on this site called StatsMuse where you can see their stats for the last 5 games, and you know I was studying that like if I was a PhD student in NBA, and I ended up choosing these 2 picks as my personal blood, sweat, and tears picks. And for the third and final picks of the day, I scoured social media. I scrolled all over TikTok to find the golden goose better that would make sure that I made money on this pick. So I chose the one that I saw had the most engagement and was most favorable in the comments to actually hit. And that led me to this as my third and final pick of the day by following online gurus. Hopefully they hit. I don't really know if they're going to hit, but we can hope for the best. I'll update you guys later tonight to let you guys know if it actually hit, if I made money, if I didn't. We'll see. Hey guys, so it's currently 6:15 a.m. On Tuesday after day 1 of the first category of picks because I got to go to work. And I went to bed last night because it was so late watching these NBA games, but it's not looking too good to start off the challenge, but we'll look at them right now. I was looking here, we had Curry not get a block and he lost the sack category. King James did not come through with 25 points, unfortunately. And Harden did not come through with assisted rebounds. But I guess it's a protected pick. I wasn't aware of that. So I guess I get to keep those $10 I used in that pick. So I guess I'll roll with it and say we are down $20 in the challenge so far from the original 150. And yeah, I have a good feeling about the next few picks though, because we got all the bad luck out of the way now. So we'll see how it goes, guys. Let's go next day. There you go. What am I doing? I'm just counting these fat racks. Just kidding. Okay, yeah, that was a joke. I'm just playing with y'all. I didn't make crazy money, but we did come out profitable for days 2 and 3, which is surprising. I didn't think I would come out profitable any day, but this is a step in the right direction. So out of the 6 bets that I placed, I actually made a mistake because I thought there was going to be games on Tuesday, NBA games on Tuesday. I just made double the bets on Wednesday, which essentially comes out to the same thing. I just made sure they weren't overlapping at all. So for days 2 and 3, I bet a total of $60, and ending day 1, we were at a balance of $130. So we went down 60 to bet the 60, put us at 70. We made $76.10 today. So we're back. We're going closer to the positive side now. We're at $146.10. So overall on this challenge right now, we're down about $4, you know. But the results that I'm seeing today makes me feel a lot better actually, because I was so scared to lose my 150, but to see that we're only down $4, I feel pretty good going into days 4 and 5. Let's see how those go. So here we go, days 4 and 5. So days 4 and 5 are now done, and that puts this whole section of the video behind us, and we can go over the results of this challenge. And I gotta say, I'm actually very surprised by these results. Some of them I didn't expect at all. Starting with our first category, where I flipped a coin, our random category, it came out to, over the last 5 days, we hit 0. I know that might not be what you're expecting, but the math actually checks out, kinda. So whenever you have a 1/2 chance, a 50% chance of any event occurring, you know, that's the coin flip. But what about 2 of those same events occurring? Well, now you have a 1/2 and a 1/2 event. So to find out the probability of these 2 events, we need to multiply them together, and that gives us 1/2 times 1/2 equals 1/4. We have a 25% chance of the 2-man parlay hitting off of a coin flip. And considering we got 0 out of 5, I bet if we did 100 of these, we would hit close to the 25 range. But that's a pretty good measure for now. I think that was pretty expected. Our second category though, where we followed these online social media gurus, experts that know every single thing about sports, that category surprised me a lot because our results from that is that over the last 5 days, we hit 1. I know, that's so disappointing. Actually, I expected a little more from them, maybe 2 or 3. The reason being that they claim to be experts in this, that this is what they do. And for us to only hit 1, I know I didn't just follow one guy. Maybe if I would have followed just one person that seemed more reputable for the whole week, I might have had better results. But to see the general sentiment with that, I think this was a good measure. And I do not recommend at all to just get on TikTok, Facebook, Instagram Reels and just follow these gurus, because more than likely you're going to lose money. And with our third and final category, the category that surprised me the most is our personal picks that we made going NBA, PhD, and basketball mode, where we got 3 of the last 5 hitting, which is surprising to me. I didn't think I could pull that off. That's a 60% hit rate. Now I know what you're thinking. Well, you wouldn't be able to hit that over the course of a month. How do you know? That's my point that I'm going to make right now, that over the course of a year, I don't think I could make these results happen again. And I was betting with $10 at a time. If I had $1,000 on the line every time to make this an actual income, I think I'd be much more emotional with the trades I placed. I said trades, bets. I'd be much more emotional with it. So overall, I don't think I could replicate this for a year, even months, maybe in a few weeks. I don't think I could do that. So I do think overall, at the end of the day, it is a gamble every time. You know, you can't predict a lot of the things that happen in life, much less in an NBA game that's 45 minutes. So that puts our account balance at the end of this challenge at a whopping crazy, amazing $98.80. We're down 30% on this portfolio. But don't be alarmed, because I want to try to do this again, but maybe later on in January, whenever the NBA is more in season, where there I can actually go deep into my personal picks, the way I did it, where I had the best results. I want to try to just research every day, same strategy or something different. I don't know. We'll see. But I want to go into this deeper. Let me know if that's something you guys want to see, and hit that like button and subscribe button if you enjoyed this video. And you can check out other videos on this channel. If you like this one, I'm sure you'll like those. Let me know your thoughts. Thank you guys for watching. And as always, Jesus loves y'all. See y'all later. Watch these.